We met at college, Benedictine College. We actually met each other a few times before I could convince him to even be my friend. We were in the same freshman orientation group, and he only showed up the first time because his excuse was that he had football practice and could never go. I don't believe that. He just didn't want to. So then we met again freshman year, later on freshman year at a party. I don't remember this at all. He's the only one who can tell the story, so I have to believe him. But he says that he spoke to one of my friends. Apparently I didn't like what he said, told him to get out, and was not a happy person with them. So he thought I was just mean, a mean person from there on out. We saw each other quite a few times on campus. I had no idea what had happened, but he always knew me as just the mean girl. Then we met again junior year. We had mutual friends. Showed up to his house, and when he walked in and he saw me, he said that he was not happy I was there. And but from there on out, I kind of convinced him that I wasn't a terrible person.
There's not much to do in Atchison, Kansas, but probably our first date, the actual date that I can remember, I would say would be ours, is we're big fans of eating food, so we would get that Walmart chicken bucket, and we took it out to this place. We actually got engaged at the same place, but it's called the Benedictine Bottom.
It was not the first date. I mean, we went to, we went to Walmart. We would always get the $5 chicken bucket, and we would go to this place. It's called the Benedictine Bottoms, and it was for, actually, I was a biology major, so that was the land that our school had bought in order to do research. So I knew of it, and anybody was welcome to it, so we went out there and we would just sit in the car and eat chicken, as disgusting as that sounds. And then we would just talk about everything we wanted. Was this a good idea? Could we, actually make something of this relationship? And then we would just talk about our day, and then we would sometimes go on walks. But yeah, we would sit in the car and eat chicken, although that was not the first date.
Our first kiss, no, I wasn't nervous. It was definitely something that I wanted to do. It was actually a snowstorm. Was going on at school. It was actually during spring break, believe it or not, which doesn't even make sense. But I had came back early. I was playing hockey at the time. We had a hockey game, and she was on a spring break trip for softball, and so I came up a little bit earlier so I could see her. And this is when we very first started out. And, my car got stuck about 5 or 6 times as I drove to the dorms to pick her up, and basically, she came over to the house, and we watched a movie. It was, for the first time together, and that's when it happened. We really enjoyed just hanging out with, friends and family, and getting to see people whenever we can. Love to grill out. It's probably one of our favorite things to do. But as much as we're active and we go out with friends, we're definitely homebodies at heart.
We're such homebodies, so we love to just watch movies. Sometimes we look at each other and we're like, movie weekend, so we'll either order food in or we'll go pick up fast food and just rent movies or watch whatever's on TV all weekend long. He is just this big guy. He's this house. And he always said from day one that he would do anything to protect me and, to make me safe, to make me feel secure. And he definitely does. He's got a whole foot on me and about 100 pounds, so he's definitely doing that part. But I love that he can always make me feel safe no matter what we're doing. And his heart, he has the biggest heart on the face of the earth. He would drop anything and do anything I ever needed him to. I remember every time we would hang out at his house, and we would have all of our friends over and have these big parties, there was just something about him, his presence in a room. Everybody knew who he was, and I just kept looking at him like, there's something about this kid that I just can't put my finger on, and I always needed to be around him. I always needed to talk to him, and I knew before that he did, and before we even dated, that I needed to be with him and that this was probably going to be the one. I just had to convince him of that first. So yeah, it took a while for him, but I knew pretty much right away.
Honestly, right from the beginning, there was something special about her. I mean, I knew she was going to be the one who, my best friend, who I'd want to, spend every day with I could. But I didn't propose for about 3.5 to 4 years after that, because you definitely got to be, you definitely got to be sure, even though you want it to be true. But yeah, it took a while. A little pestering on her part, but no, it was worth it. And she had no idea when it was coming, but I wanted to make it kind of special. Like I said, where our first date was kind of that, the Benedictine Bottoms is kind of something special to the both of us, and ultimately that's kind of where we came back, and that's where I did it, and it worked out perfectly. I mean, she was completely surprised, and it's definitely something she wasn't expecting.
I see nothing but absolute happiness. I mean, family, friends, kids. He works so hard for everything, and I know no matter what I wanted, he would do anything to give it to me. So I see us in many arguments and many fights, but I think that's us, because if not, then, I mean, how do we know what each other wants? So I know there's going to be good times, and I know there's going to be bad times, but for us, the good definitely outweighs the bad. We've been through so much already in our whole relationship, and there's nobody else I'd want by my side through the rest of it.